What's up, fellow wanderers? So we are parked in a Walmart parking lot just outside of Bar Harbor, and we're going to sleep early tonight, so tomorrow morning we can wake up at the crack of something.
Before dawn. Well before dawn.
Well before dawn. We're gonna wake up super early tomorrow so we can catch the first sunrise on Cadillac Mountain in Bar Harbor in Acadia National Park in our underwear.
No, I'll be wearing clothes.
Paul will be fully dressed. I'll be in my underwear. We'll see you there. So that didn't happen. We didn't wind up waking early enough to see the sunrise. No. So we slept in. Our beds are just too cozy. And we're hiking a different trail up in Acadia right now.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. So in this video, we're going to do a little Q&A for you guys. We're going to answer the questions that you posted on Instagram and YouTube and TikTok. Did you know we're on TikTok? We're trying it out. Question number one, where did we meet?
You tell the story better.
I'll tell the first part, you tell the second part.
Okay.
So we met at a Buddhist monastery in upstate New York. I practiced there for a little while. I actually wanted to be a Buddhist monk, and Paul was there visiting for a New Year's Eve retreat.
Yeah, so it was a week-long retreat, and I was there for several days, and then Chad came on New Year's Eve for just a day. Mm-hmm. So I wake up in the morning, like 5 a.m., and get into the meditation hall to meditate. And there's this guy sitting there who I've never recognized before. I'm like, who's this guy? Anyway, we meditated, and then as we were leaving, we were supposed to remain completely silent until after breakfast. Yeah.
But I had to say hey to this cutie.
So he said, hey, I'm Chad, just like that, shook my hand. And I said, hey, I'm Paul. I did hesitate for a moment, like, should I stay silent? But
rules are made to be broken a little bit, right?
I don't know, maybe not at the Buddhist monastery, but it worked out. And then the rest is history.
Yep.
So question number 2 is, do we ever get nervous sleeping in a van, maybe on the street, stuff like that, stealth parking? At first, when we first started an event, I was nervous, I feel like every night. I feel like I didn't sleep very well.
Every little sound, you're kind of just like, what is that?
Yeah, but you get used to it. I actually used to be a light sleeper, and I've become a much deeper sleeper since moving into a van. And most vans, custom or not custom, they usually come with a max air fan on the top. And turning those on is really great just to get air circulating, and also makes a lot of noise.
But we also sleep with our bear spray and our diving knife, which is a huge knife, just in case something happens. And Orlando has pretty good hearing skills, so he always lets us know if there's someone outside of the van, even within like a 50-foot radius, for better or for worse.
Yeah, so no, we don't really get too nervous, but we also are really careful about where we sleep. We make sure we back into spots so we can always quickly leave, make sure the neighborhood's safe, just general smart stuff like that.
Oh, baby. That's a stunner, huh, babe?
Yeah. It's not a lake, or like, it looks so inviting.
I'm ready to jump in.
So we are headed, apparently, to a secret swimming spot.
A secret mountain lake in Acadia.
See how secret it really is.
Yeah. All right, we're a little out of breath. I feel like as the questions go on, we're gonna get more and more sweaty and out of breath.
Yeah.
But question number 3 is favorite and least favorite things about the van and any modifications we want to do.
Okay, so things that I love about the van is One, just how easily we're able to travel, especially in the van. We can park it anywhere, like a standard parking spot, because we love to travel. So, I mean, that's why we do this, getting to meet amazing people on the road. Those are the positives for me.
Yeah, and it's great, given the size of it, we can park in the city, we've parallel parked it in Brooklyn, or we can boondock at most sites out in the woods, which is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, the travel, the excitement. I feel like I always wanted to have like a tortoiseshell, which is like my cozy little home, but that I could take anywhere I went, which is exactly what we have pretty much.
Yeah.
But for negatives, with the size of our van comes with small water tanks, small black and gray tanks, which we've gotten used to, but still can be a pain when you're at this beautiful spot and all of a sudden your black tank is full and panic starts to set in and you have to figure out where you're gonna dump.
Yeah, and sometimes I do wish there was a second room somewhere I could escape to.
We're gonna talk about that a little later.
What about the mods?
Oh yeah, mods.
We want a lagoon table.
A lagoon table would be nice. It's one of those tables that you can add kind of to the side of the bed, because it'd be nice to lay in bed and drink and eat while we watch TV.
Yeah, because we really only have one table for eating dinner, and it's only big enough for one person, so it'd be nice to have a second table for eating.
For sure.
Yeah.
Other than that, we're not too mod heavy. We kind of like the van as it is.
Yeah.
It's kind of perfect for us. So we continue on?
Let's keep going.
Question number 4. Have we considered ways to reduce our carbon footprint to help with the climate crisis? This is a really good question, and actually one of my primary concerns in moving into a van because of all the fossil fuels that you burn. So we have a couple thoughts on this. Woo! Getting out of breath here. So the first thing that's been great about van life is you really are so mindful about your water consumption. Because your water tanks are so limited, you really try to conserve water as much as you can. So we mostly actually bathe in the ocean or in streams or lakes.
Take short showers.
Take really short showers when we need to. So our water consumption I feel really good about compared to, and washing dishes, yeah. We use a lot less water, we just use a little spray bottle. So I feel really good about our water usage compared to a house. Now with fuel, it really depends on how you're moving around. And one thing that we've been really trying to do lately is to stay put for a longer period of time. One, so we can enjoy the area more and experience it, but also so we don't burn as much gas. And at the same time, one way I've thought to justify it, and I haven't actually run the calculations, is I think compared to, like, say we were to fly across the country or halfway across the country even for a vacation, the amount of fossil fuels that would burn compared to driving, I think is a lot more. Yeah. I know it's not the best justification, but for us, if we're traveling, that's, you know, kind of a thought we have. But we're trying really hard to stay more in one place, and, you know, ideally even for a month or so at a time. So
yeah, there's a lot of other things to consider too. Like if we're living in a house, we would need an AC or a heat to do that entire house.
Yeah.
But in the van, it's such a small space, we have to heat or cool down. I think we save a lot of energy that way.
Yeah. And in terms of purchases too, like,
yes,
we really have to live a pretty minimal lifestyle because we don't have room for anything.
Yeah.
So we hardly ever ship anything or buy anything, which is nice.
We don't buy as much junk as we used to. We buy more at local shops, which saves on fuel of shipping.
Yeah. Support local businesses.
Less trash we try to do because we only have one small trash can.
Yeah.
I think overall our footprint is actually much smaller in the van.
I feel okay about it, but maybe one day we'll build a little tiny house somewhere, a little homestead, or maybe even a sailboat where we're just running off the power of the wind.
Yeah.
And we also have a nice set of solar panels on the roof of our van that we rely on for the energy to run our fridge and our devices as well. Question number 5. Is it number 5? I think it's number 5. How do we stay married living in such a small space? I think I'll let Paul tackle this one.
Oh boy. Really? Okay, so mutual respect. I mean just like any other marriage, you got to do the work of communicating, having respect for each other. But really, I don't even know.
Sometimes it's really hard work.
But it's also the issue of the tight space, not being able to leave and have your own personal space. So a couple of tips for that is, first, get outside the van. You know, I think it's important for me, and I know for some people too, to have their personal time. So I leave the van usually in the morning, go for a walk and exercise outside. And that's kind of like my own personal time. So that's really important. And also when I'm in the van, when we're in the van, I always have to realize that you can never think of it like the other person's in your way, because it's a very small space. They're just in the space. And you can ask them, hey, I need to get over here. I need to get over here. You need to have like a lot of understanding and respect around that, because if you start to think about it like they're in my way, you're gonna get grumpy really fast, because then they're always gonna be in your way.
And we get to do a little dance every time we try and step around each other, which I like. But hey, neither of us have wound up on the side of a highway in the middle of nowhere, which I'm gonna take as a win. And we made it to the summit.
No, we didn't. It's over there.
Ah! I'm calling this the summit. I'm calling this summit number 1.
There's a sign right there that says summit.
Get up.
Over there.
It's so beautiful though. All right, now we made it to the summit.
There's a sign.
Good work, Dave.
All right, so we found the secret swimming hole.
Not so secret, but refreshing nonetheless, I bet.
Yeah.
May I take a dip?
Oh yeah.
All right, last question of the day. What's our favorite food?
That's an easy one. Vegan pizza.
Oh!
And if we didn't get to answer your question that you had for us, make sure to leave a comment down below with anything you want to ask us. We'll answer it during our next Q&A. Make sure while you're down there also to give this video a big thumbs up if you like pizza as well, and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to check out another video that we made from another national park, click on this video right here. That's where we were in Yellowstone and actually saw a bear chasing a bunch of people. So if you want to check that out, click right here. See you next time for more questionable van life content.